Moving on to a sad story where 10 people have died and 7 others injured after a story building collapsed in Ibadan, Oyo State capital. Residents who expressed shock called on government to take immediate action to prevent similar tragedies from occurring in the future. Senior reporter Oyo State was there in our report.
Residents of Jegede, Olunloyo area of Ibadan were thrown into mourning after a dilapidated single-story building collapsed, killing 10 individuals and injuring 7 others. Members of the community confirmed the incident occurred around 12 a.m., causing widespread panic and leaving residents in shock and disbelief. They revealed that the building served as a makeshift facility for caring psychiatric patients, and one of the victims was a visitor. What I can say is that Wale came to visit a girl which he was dating when he met his untimely death. If he had not come, this wouldn't have happened. Although there is a limit to what the government can do, however, we would like to still implore the government to help us work on dilapidated buildings like this. The community was left traumatized, with victims, including children, laid to rest in a mass burial. Government officials described the incident as heartbreaking and pledged to take all necessary measures to prevent similar tragedies in the future.
That's why His Excellency Governor Makinde approved recently what I will call building amnesty, whereby buildings in the state are expected to have a building approval. I can tell you without any search that this building affected doesn't have any building approval.
And government, our local government, through the director of works, will still be moving around and check some buildings which are not conducive for living.
The police, in their reaction, said it has put adequate security in place in the area to prevent hoodlums from taking over the incident scene. Olunloyo, TVC News, Ibadan.
Olaide joins me now live from Ibadan. A very sad development. What updates do you have for us, especially with those rescued, and how is government reacting?
So, Nifemi, residents and family members are still finding it very difficult to come to terms with the fact that they have lost their loved ones. And for those who are still in the hospital, we learned that they are being taken care of, and they are getting adequate attention, medical attention. However, it is expected, like the government officials said in my report, that measures will be put in place, and that measures have been put in place to ensure that this occurrence does not happen again in future. Also, like one of the policies that was put in place by the Oyo State government is the online amnesty and land permit that was introduced about 2 months ago, that those who have their property and that they have not been approved should come and regularize their property with the federal with the state government, so that they can tell them that this place that you have your property has been approved, and you have the right to have it there. So it is now high time that we expect the federal and the state government rather to ensure that they implement these policies adequately, and they ensure that these policies are made to these policies are well implemented for occurrences like this not to happen in future. Nifemi.
Is it clear if government is planning to conduct integrity tests on neighboring buildings and other distressed buildings across the metropolis?
Well, we were told by the Commissioner for Lands that it is possible that they come around to conduct integrity tests, but it was not confirmed if it is going to begin anytime soon. But he said that the house that got collapsed, he was sure that the house was not in appropriate, it was not an appropriate structure, and even approved to be where it was before the collapse, and that every measure that has been put in place will be implemented with the local government to ensure that events like this don't happen again in the state.
Senior reporter Olunloyo live for us in Ibadan. Thank you for the updates there.